Hello, and welcome back to the story. Today we will be making a recap on a 2015 movie titled The Gift. The story begins with a married couple named Simon and Robin. Because of Simon's new job, they moved to a new house in California, near the place where Simon used to live. One day, while shopping for furniture, a guy named Gordo approaches Simon and tells him that he knows him from high school. Simon does not recognize him, but then he remembers when he tells him his name. The couple are busy, so they just asked Gordo to write his number on a piece of paper and they leave. The next day, Gordo puts a bottle of wine at the doorstep of the couple's home as a welcome gift. Robin visits her neighbor Lucy, who is tending to her baby. Robin tells her that she had a miscarriage and went into depression. One day, Gordo shows up at the couple's house while Simon is away for work. Robin invites him to go inside, and she tours him around the house. In one of the boxes, Gordo sees a toy monkey and Robin tells him that Simon has a phobia on monkeys. She then tells Gordo to stay for dinner. Later at the dinner, Gordo reveals that Simon used to be their class president, and with his slogan, Simon says he could get anything that he wanted. Simon asks him what he did after high school. Gordo says that he went to military. He later tells Simon that he is happy for everything that happened to him, a nice job, beautiful wife, and a new home. After dinner, Simon tells his wife that he feels bad for Gordo and that he is weirded by him. He added that Gordo must be delusional, thinking they were friends when they barely know each other. The next night, the couple returns home from a party at Simon's new work. They find another gift from Gordo which contains fish food. They then find out that Gordo got them fish for their pond. Robin wants to thank Gordo, but Simon objects because Gordo went to their property without permission. Simon crosses out Gordo's name on the fridge and changes it to Weirdo, which is what they used to call him in high school. The next day, Gordo shows up to their house again where Robin is alone. Robin invites him for tea and inside, Gordo helps set up their TV. While taking the trash, Gordo sees the Weirdo written on the fridge and seems to be offended and left. In the evening, the couple have dinner with their neighbor and a couple from Simon's work. They talk about Gordo and Robin thinks he is actually nice. Simon shares that they are surprised when Gordo still later invites them over to dinner at his house even after reading the insult he wrote on the fridge. Everyone advises them not to accept the invitation, but they end up going anyway. Simon and Robin are surprised to see that Gordo actually has a luxurious house. A few moments later, Gordo receives a call saying it is urgent from work and he asks to leave for a while. When they are alone, Simon tells Robin that Gordo is obsessed with her and wants to nail her because of the gifts and frequent visits of Gordo at their house when she is alone. The two then check the house and find out that Gordo has a wife and children. When Gordo arrives, Simon asks him what his work is and how he can afford the luxurious house. Gordon then confesses that he was lying. He did not leave because of work. He actually spoke with his ex-wife who left him recently and brought their children with her. Simon is not moved by Gordo's story, and he asks his wife to wait for him in the car. Simon then tells Gordo to stop visiting their house. Outside, Robin looks at Gordo, feeling sorry for him, and then the couple leaves. The next day, Robin and Simon find out that the fish in their pond are all dead and their dog is missing too. Simon is so mad, so he drives back to Gordo's house. A woman opens the door, and she tells Simon that she does not know of anyone named Gordo. The couple calls the police, and they find out that the house belongs to a car rental company owner, and they have given Gordo access to their garage so he can pick up and return the car he rented. Simon accuses Gordo of killing the fish and stealing their dog, but the police can't go to Gordo's place without a warrant and proof that he did steal their dog. While printing a lost dog poster, Robin hears something and checks it. She finds the faucet running. Robin got scared, so she goes to Lucy's house and tells her about what happened. Lucy offers to go with her and check the house, but Robin declines, saying it might just be all in her head because she is having trouble sleeping lately. When she goes to Lucy's bathroom, she sees some sleeping pills and takes some with her. That night, when Simon is asleep, Robin takes the sleeping pills. She is about to go back to bed when she notices that their front yard light is on. When she checks it, she finds that her dog is back and is so happy. Simon believes it is Gordo who is messing with them. Next morning, Robin sees a letter from Gordo apologizing to them about the dinner. He says that he used someone else's house because he would be embarrassed if they found out where he actually lives. He says that he would leave them alone from now on. At the back of the letter, he added a message for Simon saying he was really willing to let bygones be bygones. Robin asks Simon what it means, but Simon says he has no idea and remarks that Gordo is just an unstable man. He then tells Robin to just forget about him and move on. At night, Robin is still having trouble sleeping and is having nightmares about Gordo. While preparing for breakfast, she continues to feel Gordo is watching her. When she checks, she suddenly feels not well and passes out. At work, Simon learns that he is up against a guy named Danny McDonald for the promotion. He tries to tell Robin, but he finds her passed out last night. He then confronts her about the pills and Robin tells him that she took those because she is not feeling good about what happened with Gordo. She is paranoid that he might suddenly show up again while she is alone. She asks Simon to make peace with Gordo. When Robin asks again about what bygones be bygones meant, Simon gets mad and tells her to move on. He then tells her to move forward and let time heal everything. Robin does this and seems to forget about Gordo and moves on with her life. She soon gets pregnant again. Everything seems to be going perfectly until one day, she goes shopping with Lucy. Lucy tells Robin that a creepy guy outside the store is staring at her. She goes outside and finds out it is Gordo. She did not tell Simon about it. She talks with Simon's sister Joan and asks her if she knew Gordo from high school. Joan reveals that Gordo was sent away because he was found being molested in a car by an older kid. Simon and his friend Greg helped to stop it and reported the incident. Everyone at school found out and bullied Gordo for being gay. Robin then goes to Simon's home office to find out more. She first finds a background check file of Danny McDonald and then later finds the file of Gordo. She learns that Gordo was charged with several offenses like breaking and entering and attempted abduction of minor. He was also discharged from the military because of unbecoming conduct and has a court-ordered rehab. Robin then looks for Simon's friend Greg online and meets him at his work. She asks about Gordo and tells him that Gordo is threatening to hurt her and her husband for something that happened before that she doesn't understand. When Robin asks about the incident in high school where Simon and Greg helped stop Gordo from being molested, Greg confesses that the whole story was a lie and that Simon made everything up. She asks him why Simon would do that. Greg answers that Simon was a bully and can do whatever he wants. Gordo was one of his targets, one of the weak kids, and Simon basically ruined his life. Because of that lie, Gordo's dad tried to kill Gordo and got sent to jail. That night, Simon is having a chat with his coworker. Robin overhears them talking about Simon's competitor for the promotion named Danny McDonald. Danny seems to be going down and is now being investigated. When Simon's coworker left, Robin confronts Simon about what she learned. Simon is mad at her for going behind his back. He does not want to apologize to Gordo and thinks that Gordo should just have suck it up and move on with his life. Robin is so upset and slaps him, saying he was a bully and still currently is. To make it up to Robin, Simon goes to Gordo to apologize, but Gordo tells him that it is already too late for that. Simon gets mad and throws Gordo's things. He kicks him and bullies him again. Simon forces Gordo to accept his apology and threatens to destroy him if he comes near his family again. Simon then later lies to Robin, saying that Gordo has accepted his apology and it is definitely over. Simon got promoted over Danny, and one night, they celebrate together with their neighbor and coworkers. Suddenly, they hear a loud bang upstairs and later, a rock is thrown at their window. They went to look outside, and someone suddenly pushes Simon and runs away, but Simon is able to catch up with him. It turns out to be Danny McDonald. Danny is angry with Simon for fabricating information about him to his bosses. Danny did not only lose the promotion but also lost his current job. When they hear the police siren, Danny begs that he does not want to be arrested and Simon lets him go. Robin then is saying that she is about to go to labor. At the hospital, Robin gives birth to a healthy baby boy. Simon later receives a call from his boss saying he is fired because of the fabrication he did to Danny. Simon goes to Robin and Robin tells him that she no longer wants to go back home with him. Simon is devastated and goes home. When he arrives, he sees a gift at the front of the door. It is a baby car seat. Other boxes are also inside. One contains the key to Simon's house. The other contains an audio recording of Simon saying bad things about Gordo the night he invited him and Robin for dinner. The last one contains another CD. A video recording of Simon and Robin having dinner and the times when Robin is alone at the house. Simon starts crying when he sees the recording of Robin at the time she passed out. He sees Gordo wearing a monkey mask and taking advantage of his wife who is unconscious. Simon realizes that the baby Robin gave birth to is from Gordo. Simon is furious and rushes back to the hospital. Meanwhile, Gordo visits Robin at the hospital and congratulates her for the baby. Robin asks Gordo about his injury, and he answers that Simon just lost control and beat him. Simon arrives at the hospital and finds that Robin is no longer in her room. He sees Gordo getting into the elevator but fails to catch him. Simon later receives a call from Gordo who is still inside the hospital. Gordo tells him that he did not touch Robin. Then later tells him, maybe he did, and this is what happens when you poison other people's mind with ideas. Simon goes to the baby to get a better look at his eyes. He still can't figure out if it is really his or Gordo's. Robin looks at him displeased and the nurse starts to close the curtains. Simon is left devastated as he slumps and weeps against the wall. Gordo watches Simon and then leaves while removing the sling from his arm. His mission to ruin Simon's life is now done. Did you like our movie recap? Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. To be updated for new movie recaps, hit the notification bell.